for the longtime University of Oregon track coach. And in this field is Asbel Kiprop of Kenya, who won his second straight world championship at 1,500 meters in Moscow last summer.
And as you see there, the Olympic gold medalist in 2008. And when you talk about royalty in an event as Rudisha is in the 800, I think this guy is every bit as much that in the 1,500 meters, although he did get beat last year by his countryman Silas Kiplagat here at Cree.
And there's a look at Tufik Makloufi.
Coming back after a year when he suffered from hepatitis A. And I got to say something, Tom, I don't like this guy. If you remember his antics back at the Olympics as he stands next to Matthew Centrowitz, who's been America's leading 1,500-meter runner along with Leo Manzano the last few years. Remember McLuffy said he was too injured to run the 800-meter final, and then suddenly shows up the next day in the 1,500-meter trials, a miraculous recovery, and then he was able to win the 1,500 meters. Play it straight. You're going to run an event, run it all the way through at an Olympics or World Championships.
You see the competitors here for the Bowerman Mile. And Andrew Rotich is a pacemaker, so is Hillary Mayo. So two pacemakers leading the way here in the opening stages of the Bowerman Mile.
Kiprop has asked for a 1,200 meters or three-quarter mile of 2 minutes and 48 seconds. That's a 3:44 mile pace. I don't think anybody thinks he can do that today, too early in the season, but nobody puts that past him eventually. He's just that good. If you're going to invent a miler, he's kind of the guy you'd invent as they go out under 54 seconds for the first 440 yards. He's got extremely long legs, a beautiful stride, and he's not carrying much of an upper body. He's sort of like lungs running around on long legs, a lot like the current world record holder Hisham El Garouj from Morocco.
He does have a silky stride as he settles into third behind the two pacemakers.
He's just a wonderful guy also, Tom. He's the kind of guy who talks to young athletes, advises them on their career, not only from his own country, but from around the world. And, you know, you talk about ambassadors for sports, he clearly is one.
Rotich and Mayo, the two pace setters, then Kiprop, then Suleiman, Wote, and Makloufi.
Suleiman's a scary guy from Djibouti, running behind Kiprop, former winger on the Djibouti Telecom football team. There you see him. A Cuban official saw him out on the soccer field and said, hey, you ought to go out for track. You've got a beautiful stride. And he certainly delivered. Bronze medalist in the 800 at last year's World Championships in Moscow. So they slowed down in the second quarter mile, only 1:53. When I say slow down, that's of course 3:46 mile pace, but after that very fast first lap, it was a bit more modest on the second lap.
Mayo still shows the way. He's the pace setter with Kiprop in second place. Suleiman, Wote, Kiplagat, Makloufi.
And you remember that Kiplagat was able to outsprint. Kiplagat was able to outsprint Asbel Kiprop in the home stretch last year. And it's going to be Kiprop running from the front on the last 400 meters. 2:50 at 1,200 meters, a very fast time as he starts to unwind those long legs. But he's going to fight that win. The same story we talked about with Rudisha. And he'll have to make a decision as Suleiman's making a move.
And Suleiman takes over the lead. Kiprop has dropped back into third as Kiplagat went with Suleiman.
It's a big move from Suleiman. It's not clear to me yet whether Kiprop is finished. He seems to be falling back, though. Now back to fifth place. It's only Kiplagat that's got a shot at him.
Suleiman leads. Kiplagat is second as they enter the home straightaway. Ayanle Suleiman with the lead. Silas Kiplagat in second place. And they come to the line that won't catch Suleiman. He's the winner with Kiplagat chasing him in second place.
3:47, an outstanding time. You know, disappointment a year ago when he didn't make the final of the 1,500 meters after getting third in the 800 meters, and this is a real redemption in this event, beating the best runners in the world and establishing a new personal best of 3:47.
And another Prefontaine record. We've set a number of them today as Kiprop faded after having the lead halfway through the final lap.